Hi everybody, today we're going to be looking at the Zooz Water Leak sensor from the Smartest Home. We're going to install it into Home Assistant. So recently I bought a couple of these sensors. I bought a couple shock sensors that I'm going to be hooking up to my washer and dryer, and then a couple water leak sensors which I'll be putting underneath sinks or refrigerators or wherever there's water that could possibly leak. The reason I got the water leak sensors is actually why I got into Home Assistant in the first place, and that is to basically shut off my main water valve should we ever have a leak while we're on vacation. Or, I guess, just when we're not around the house. So here's kind of the water sensor. When you open it up, you've got the sensor itself, the little guitar pick looking case, and then the instruction manual. The instruction manual is actually pretty slick. It has a lot of information in there. Parameter settings, how to pair it with a majority of the smart hubs, and some other information. The water leak sensor also, the install guide there has the four little brass or metal knobs. You can kind of see them here on each corner. It'll show you how water is detected across them. That's also kind of helpful. And then this is the little guitar pick. It is used to open up the case. You kind of stick it in this hole right there, and you just kind of pop it open. When you buy them new, they just have this little tab that you can just pull out so the battery is not wasted while it's just sitting there in storage, I guess. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to get into Home Assistant, and we're going to go to Devices and Integrations. We're going to scroll down to our Z-Wave, and then we're going to go down and add a new device. And then when we do that, we're going to click this little black button 3 times right there, and the light will start blinking. That is showing that it is in inclusion mode or pairing mode. And it's going to start searching for devices, your Z-Wave hub. And again, you have to have a Z-Wave hub for this to work. And then you're going to enter the 4-digit pin that is on the underside of the battery cover. I'll show it here in 1 second. It's going to be a little, I believe, 4-digit code. Right there, it's underneath my finger. I'm kind of blocking it. Then you hit OK, and then it starts to add the Z-Wave device. It'll go through the process of adding all the eligible Z-Wave config information. It takes a little bit of time, and once you're done, you can just hit that X button up in the upper right-hand corner. And here we have node 39 already paired. So I'm going to go in and I'm just going to change the name of the node. And I'm going to try to apply that to all the entities so it makes a little bit more sense. Scroll down and I'm going to put it into the location and go ahead and hit OK. So now what I need to do is I need to get this entity to show up. So I grabbed some water and I put it on my finger, and I just touched the back 2 sensors there. And you'll see the sensor now show up, and it's showing up as wet, and then I dry it off so it goes back to dry. And here I can just see all the hidden entities that I'm not using or I don't need. And here's the history. You can see that it was wet and now it's dry. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the name of this entity on the wet dry portion of it. I'm going to go ahead and hit update. Hide the entities that I'm not using. I'm going to go back into my automations. I'm going to click on my water off automation. And I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to, here's all my entities that trigger my water main to get turned off. So I'm going to go search for my new sensor that I just added. Change that and make sure that it turns on when it's moist. And go down here and I just make sure that the action is exactly what I'm looking for. Messages my wife and myself that there's a leak somewhere in the house, and then that's pretty much it. So this water sensor was pretty easy to install. I definitely recommend picking one of these up for $18. They seem like they're working pretty well. I mean, I haven't had a leak or anything along those lines, but I went and tested one the other day, and it seemed to do the trick. So I would definitely recommend it. Thanks for watching.